Hello, this is Mandy here, and I want to share some words with you. So, this beautiful game called life is really what it's about. Is we get the first part of our life receiving programs, unconscious programs, and then we're supposed to awake to those unconscious programs and then determine what programs we want and then allow ourselves to reprogram ourselves so that we can actually individualize and actualize and fulfill, our complete personal destiny and find true alignment with ourselves and our journey here on earth. And a part of that means that, when we start realizing we have unconscious programs, we will often displace that anger from ourselves onto external influences like our parents, our environment, society, media, when really they've played a integral part of our journey, because it's a game. Basically, it's a game meant to confuse you, meant to try and sway you. And so the game is about uncovering those manipulations and not to be angry about them, but to actually find gratitude and be like, because it's part of the game, to where it's like trying to put you off course of what your alignment is. And part of the game is to awaken to, wait, let me make a decision, a conscious decision for myself. What is it that I believe? What is it that I want? And what is it that I want to experience? And a lot of times, so when there's an external outside force that's trying to tell you, you should be this, you should be that, the happiness is found here, happiness is found there. When you're listening to an external outside source, no matter, what kind of influence, whether it be religious, spiritual, political, corporate, wherever you work, a parent or whatever, when it comes from an external influence, rather than listening to your own internal alignment, then that's when you're actually getting steered off course. And resistance is basically like when you're in a sailboat and the wind is causing resistance to try, and you have to maneuver the sails accordingly. So it's about, the resistance is helping you align your sails, figure out your course, right? To lean into the resistance and find out what it's actually teaching you to bring you back inwards to your own alignment and to figure that out. So to be upset about society or politics or anything external in the world is to be upset with yourself and to be upset with the game. And because the feminine is the one that births us in, a lot of displaced anger is being given to the feminine because the feminine brought you into the world, right? So it's like, I'm so mad at the feminine, not taking out and forgetting that the masculine is sharing a part of that, and the masculine is to lead and keep safe. But because it's the feminine that birthed, a lot of the anger gets displaced because she's vulnerable, and it's easy to blame those that are vulnerable. So we're coming into healing these. We need both. We need the masculine, we need the feminine in a healed state, and to honor both of those energies within ourselves. And when we see them and honor them within ourselves, we can see and honor them outwardly. And when we see wrongdoings, without judgment, to understand that they're actually there to bring us back into our own selves, of figuring out, okay, how do I uncover the illusions? What is the truth here? you know, and what is this teaching about me and my needs and who I am and what direction it is that I want to go, and can I find love and honoring to even those things that don't seem to have high virtue, but their virtue is in their, I don't know the right word for this, in virtue, disin virtue. Their non-virtuous aspects teach you what virtue is, and so you cannot have one without the other. And so it's to build contrast, to figure who you are and where you want to go. So if you're mad at, like, okay, the media is doing this, or, you know, the politics is doing that, or you're actually taking your energy from your internal self and you're uh, scattering it away from you, unless you're taking that in the present now and doing something right now about it. You can go inside and be like, okay, well, what is it that I like, believe, and what path, and is there a path to where I can make a difference in these things that are bothering me, and can I do that out of a place of love and in abundance? And so, like, we're teeter-tottering back and forth to this place of lack and place of abundance, but it's always coming from a place of abundance. But your abundance might be that you might believe in an abundance of lack, you might believe in an abundance of suffering, you might believe in abundance of something, but whatever there is, there's always love and there's always abundance. But it's your mind that creates an illusion, and this again is part of the game to build the contrast, to finally have you be like, okay, I need to look at my perception and possibly think another way. Anyways, so it's about unwinding programs that you are finding that are no longer working in your life, having the courage to look at yourself, to look at those programs, because only you control those programs. Only you can reprogram. And you can use tools and the assistance of others for that to take place, to facilitate that. But the healing does and comes from ultimately you, because you are the ultimate power and you are your savior. So we're looking for complete love for mind, body, and soul. And if you need assistance with that, please, I am offering online fitness coaching, as well as I'm in the midst of a psychodynamic certification course, which is basically helping with shadow work through Carl Jung's teachings. So reach out and we can start working on those programs.